I was wondering if Maru is going to bother pulling the SCVs. He does, pretty much perfectly timed. Cyclone pops out, sends that particular...
He's triple down!
Oh, is this a Roddy build? The proxy Tempests.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be Tempests. So, cool. Classic. He's really come into this and said, what could I do?
It's going to be scouted.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. I mean, the Reaper usually, I guess, would try to go across the map, but it was looking for something, looking for exactly what the follow-up was. It found... Yes, of course, and now he can overcharge. The shield battery, yes, classic.
This is like old school
Protoss
cheese from like Super Battery days.
A man of the people, man. If he's going to go down to Maru, he's going to go down, like, lighting stuff on fire with like fireworks, you know? He's like, I made a freaking explosion.
He absolutely will try. So this is still awkward for Maru for a little while. I honestly feel, so best solutions against this, starport onto the reactor for Vikings. It's one of the things Maru's doing. You could even sometimes go as far as to get the mag field upgrade for the Cyclones and like power down the Tempest, but I think with super fast Vikings, because you've seen it soon enough, reacted Vikings are just good enough to win this out. Yeah.
You know, shield battery, nerf gonna also, I guess, make an appearance. Even the Viking buff is gonna make an appearance. It's a little bit more microable, so it just seems like everything goes pretty well. The only thing that actually would affect it negatively for the Terran is that if Maru went for the upgraded Cyclones, right? That is good against the Armored, but I just, the Vikings are going to be good enough. The lock-ons are still going to hurt, and I don't see this working, but I love that Classic tried it, and we can still see if maybe Maru makes too big of a mistake and lets this snowball.
Yep, 2 Cyclones lock on, 2 Vikings here again with the Vikings just so quick. Because he scouted the fleet beacon, right? He's able to double down on the Vikings. That just goes a long way, and then you just don't need the firepower to really be anywhere else. Once you get to 4 Vikings, this is going to be tough. You see 1 battery is already fully drained of energy too, so it just feels like this is a ticking time bomb where Classic's going to blow up. He lit himself on fire, and unfortunately he's not going to blow up in the right way.
It'll be fireworks, though.
There will be fireworks.
That'll be really, really fun.
Not all fireworks are good.
That's true. That is 1 Tempest dead. Nothing to stop it. There's not overcharge. I think an SCV or something went across the map too. Maru is kind of just checking to make sure this is completely all in.
Yep.
Yeah, and it is. So just continue producing these units. Tank is going to come out to try and start taking down the shield batteries. This is the natural progression of things, guys. If you scout it this fast, definitely copy Maru. Do that in all things in life, I suppose. And you'll also have success.
Just going to see the Tempest get a couple more shots off on Vikings, but the Vikings getting repaired too, so their number's not going anywhere. Because you're just not getting to a high enough Tempest count because you lost 1 early. And that is an issue in itself, so yeah, very just difficult position here for the Classic. Don't really know if there's anything creative he can do to work his way out of it, because it's getting to that point where the Vikings are going to shoot through batteries no matter what, and then you're in trouble. I mean, yeah, the Tempest is barely even close to batteries at the moment, so has to be careful.
Any attempt at maybe swapping to something that could bust the ground also has been denied by Maru with 2 bunkers and a tank that's going to die, actually. So there's that, but still, you know, trying to do that is already a bit difficult, and well, he is going to try at least get that natural open, but the Vikings are awaiting those Tempests. They know if they go too far forward, one of them, certainly that injured one, will get sniped.
No!
Okay.
Just about that. Well, really, at that, I mean, every second that passes by, there's an extra Viking or 2, and eventually those Tempests are 1 or 2 shot, and boom, you know, then they just disappear way too quickly. There you go. There goes 1. Super Battery was even active underneath. Didn't matter. So 1 Tempest dies. Classic's desperate to do something because it's not getting any better for him, but he doesn't really have much of an opportunity. And unfortunately, this is just going to be not quite. I mean, it was fun. It was just not close.
That is also true. It was fun, and it has not been super close. Yeah, Classic, at least he is showing that he can do kind of whatever, right? Which is a good thing. It's not working in this particular time, but just to show that you are very scary in very, like, many ways versus the Terrans, that is something. But it's, I think, just clear that this was going to be a mismatch. Classic years ago would have been the best match of the tournament, right? And maybe a year from now would also be the best match of the tournament. But right now, he is looking desperate against Maru.
He really is. He really is. As Tempests get to work on that bunker, reactor taking damage still, and, well, the tanks just edge a bit further forward. They're going to be able to fire up on those Stalkers, 1 or 2 going down. And the Vikings taking another opportunity to chase forward on the Tempest. We just don't quite kill one. It's a very low HP Tempest that gets to stay alive, but they're all becoming low HP Tempest, so again, there is just a breaking point on the horizon.
Tanks move up aggressively to take down shield batteries, but also move the Stalkers away too, right? So everything just for Classic is moving backwards, and it still can't really take a direct engagement. Maru is finally going to start also moving on himself, add on his barracks, eventually get, standard combat shield and really just dominate this game, which he's been doing, but I know a lot of you are like, no, it's still precarious. Yeah, if he really miscontrolled. But if, Maru's not going to
If he clicks the Vikings onto the Tempest and lets them fly over the Stalkers and then patches them, sure. But there's just no way that that's really going to happen. We're on our way to charge, but there's such a ground force already. Yeah, it's... I just don't see a way out for Classic in a realistic scenario. I really don't. He doesn't have the tools. His army's not great. Even when he gets charged, he's going to have a very low zealot count compared to what you really need to be impactful here. Yeah.
I guess there's no reason not to transfer those probes because his main base is mining out. But, his you call this a natural? The unnatural is also not going to be able to mine with Maru continuing to advance.
A slightly misplaced natural?
Slightly. It's a little off. Yeah, it's also not really going to be able to mine, but there's nothing else the probes are going to do, I suppose. And these are the last few units. Classic is trying to get the charge, right? He thinks one last hurrah. Yep, go for it. There won't be that many zealots, but you can see Maru is really not going to let this game go. He is siege hopping and he's bunker hopping.
I know, I love it. It's just like, we're pretty sure Maru's got this, and I was like, I'm going to really make sure because I've got bunkers. There is going to be no way Classic can take me down here. 1 Tempest, 6 charge lots, and a handful of unblinkable Stalkers. Probably not going to do it, as we do see Maru just going to commit forward. Has the bunkers to fall back to. He's got some tank fire to support him. And Classic is going to go for his final hurrah here in this series. But as expected, Maru will hold on very confidently, very easily. The Vikings will dance their way above the Nexus. And Classic will not leave because who would leave? Exactly on time. There we go. Thank you, Classic. Maru takes the 2-0. Convincing fashion, looks very good in doing so. I loved the first game. I really felt as though the first game had potential for Classic. He said if this was a different build from Maru, it could have gone very well. He was very committed. The second game just went too wrong too quickly.
Yes. Yeah.